Hey guys, today or this one is going to be how you're going to manage the worksheet that's entitled Quadratic Function. Okay, and on this worksheet there's 9 questions total where it's just write the equation. Okay, and this is going to be important for when you do your project for me on the quadratic stuff. So for this particular one, what we're going to do is we're going to look at solving or writing the equation. I'm going to try to take a picture of number 1 here so we can look at it. Okay, so this is number 1 on your worksheet so that you can actually see how we're going to attack this one. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at this dot right here and identify what order pair that was at. The reason why we're using that one is because that's either the high point or the low point, or the vertex, excuse me. That vertex is at the order pair of 1, 4. And again, how I got that was I went 1 to the right and up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the equations that we're going to use, it's going to look like y equals a x minus h, the quantity squared, plus k. That's how we're going to write these. I think it's easier that way. And the reason why we're going to do that is because the h and the k, these things right here, is the x and the y of your vertex. So for this particular problem, when I start to write it, I end up with y equals, I don't have a yet, but I have x minus 1 squared plus 4. And all I did was I put the 1 and the 4 into those locations. Okay? Now, the biggest thing that we have to do from here is we still got to find a. We still got to figure out what that is. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick another dot that's on the curve. And I'll use orange to point out one. We're going to use this one right here. And the reason why we're using that one, there is a dot there, and that's at the order pair of 3, 0. Anytime you can use ones that are on the x or y axes, or axes, excuse me, those are a little bit easier to manage. What we're going to do with these is we're going to put this in for x and y. So 0, I don't know a, 3 minus 1 squared plus 4. So that's how we're going to find a, is we're going to be plugging all
Good
those in.
afternoon. At
Okay?
2:40, all CTE instructors are to meet in the south end of the Commons.
So
240
anyway,
CTE area. Thank you.
I get to hear Mrs. Wincheski's voice a little bit. So we're going to subtract here first. So 3 minus 1 is 2. And then 2 squared is 4. So right now you have 0 equals 4a plus 4. So now we got to solve for a. So if we subtract 4 to both sides, and we divide by 4, we ended up with a equals negative 1. So final answer, y equals negative 1, because that's the a, x minus 1, because that was the x coordinate of the vertex squared, plus 4, because that's the y coordinate of the vertex. So that's how we're going to attack this particular problem. I don't know, it kind of works backwards. It kind of flows this way as far as how I solved it, but that's how you're going to do those types of questions. So again, don't forget, always reach out. Okay, keep your spirits up. All right, miss you guys.